Ladies and gentlemen, I hope your lunch was swell and that the company was top notch, but now it's time to get back to it. This is less a clue and more just a how to for how to work the word counter in case you need extra help with it. The word counter takes in a text file or it takes in a CSV table file, and it'll parse the text that you give it, and it will count up words and the frequency in which they're used. So the question over here is, how can we import a text for the word counter to analyze? Glad you asked. Well, when we press play over here, it'll ask us to import a file, and it will mainly do all of the heavy lifting for us, but there are a few parameters in the code that we can change to make this work a little bit better. So first off, the word counter imports two types of files. It'll import a text file. In this case, this is Midsummer Night's Dream, the whole text. It'll import a text file, but it'll also import a CSV file, a comma separated value file, which is which you can do through Excel, you can do through Google Sheets. In this case, it's going to want to know what column it should parse. It's only going to parse one column. So when we do that, we're going to start with 0 on the left-hand side. So this is column 0, this is column 1, this is column 2. When we go back to the source code, what it's going to ask us, let me pull it up, is what column that data is in. So in this case, if I'm going to use that file, it's going to be in column 2. One more time, you can take a look. 0, 1, 2. So we do have to set that value manually. The other parameter that we have to set before we run it is what we want the output file to be named. In this case, I just call it output file, but if you're going to be doing a couple different ones, you might want to be changing this in between to 1, or output file 2, output file 3, and so on. So I'm just going to set this back to output file 1. I'm going to press play on here, and I just click the import file button, and it's going to give me the option. Here I have my Midsummer Night's Dream right here, so I'm going to click that. There's the text file. It'll differentiate between a text file and a CSV. You don't need to tell it. So I'm going to click that. It's a long file, so it's going to parse for a while. When it's ready, it will give you this little icon down here, and you can see down in the console that now all of the words that are in the whole text appear and the frequency in which they're used. So now if we were to pull open that file, let me go into word counter, you'll notice it says output file 1. That's what I saved it as. If I open it up, you will see the word and the frequency in which it's used, and then it also will put the file that it used to compile that data from, just in case you wanted to know. So this is what you're going to be using to create your visualization of the data. And that's it. Simple, right, people?